Hello friends, let's write some unit test case for the CSV file loading and calling some actions on it. So we in our resources folder we have got one dma.csv file. So this is the header. The first is the DMA code, and the second part is the region, and the third part is the state. So this is the header information on the very first line, and then we have got the data here. It's just a random CSV file which I got from net. I will give the location of this file in the description of this video. So this is our basic, very simple CSV file, and let's see that how number of lines are 213, and one extra line here for 214. So total 213, 214 lines. Okay. Now let's write the unit test case. To save some time, I will just copy this previous test method, and then we'll make some changes on it. Okay, so test loading, I'll change the name as CSV file. Okay, CSV file into Spark RDD. Test loading, also for the display name, I will mark it as CSV file into Spark RDD. So first of all, I will change the directory path name as, so I'll just shift F6. Just test CSV file path, CSV file path. Okay, and I will change the path and pass this dma.csv, dma.csv. This is the file name. And again, once we get the RDD, we don't need to call whole text files, but it's a simple text file method which we have used before. Text file. Okay. It's very much similar to what we have done previously in our method source and value source method, where we are passing the whole txt file or the gz file. So for loading a CSV file is nothing different. We still have to call the text file method. Only for the directory when we are passing the directory here, only in that case we have to call whole text files. Okay. So now we have got this RDD created. It's a simple Java RDD with a string as a generic parameter here. So I will remove all this method which is not a place. So just let's start here. So total number of lines in file. I'll change total number of lines in CSV file, and I will pass this CSV file path and count. Okay. So this is the first part, and after that, let's first of all print the CSV headers, right, which was the first line. So we just need this header information first. So for that, we can just call a very simple way that in the previous example, we can take 10 and write the, so take 10 means that it will take the first 10 lines of the file. Similarly, it's nothing different for the headers. We can just call take 1 then. So, or there is one more method which I will just discuss now. There's a first method also, if you only want to get the first line of the file from the RDD. So I will just use headers, okay, and headers, and I will again call s out, and then for the my RDD, I will just call the first method. So we can also use take and then pass 1 as an argument, but it's not needed. The first method does the same thing. So, and after this, I will just create one line separator here so that it's clear about this output. Now, again, we can, we have printed the header first. Now let's print the first 10 lines. It's very much similar to what we have been doing so far. So I'll copy this and again call the take method, CSV printing first 10 lines. And again, I will call take 10. So I will change this a little bit. So I will do my RDD dot take 10 and dot for each. I will just print yes. Okay, so first of all, we are printing the headers using my the RDD of first. And after that, we print the first 10 lines, including the header. It would first 10 lines and using the take method. Okay. Now let me also just do another method for map. So let me first of all write it down. So dot map. Now by map, I can pass a parameter here that for line that we are getting, I will split it on the comma. Okay, split. I will pass the string regex x comma. Okay. So what we are doing is that I'm trying to like print all the fields which are there, because in CSV, as we know, is a comma separated version of file. So it's having comma as a separator, and I want to extract each field of it. So it's very much similar to that how we do in Java, but using an RDD, we can call this map method, and for each of this line, we are going to split it. So this, after splitting it, I'm expecting that it will be giving me back a Java RDD with a string array, because the split actually creates a string array, splitting the whole line into individual fields as a string array. Okay, so I will mark this as CSV fields. Okay, and again, I prefer to use final var, but okay, we can keep it as JavaRDD so that we know that is actually a string parameter here. And also, if I just remove this var here, so here in our so IntelliJ is smart enough to actually show that what is this CSV fields of. This is Java RDD with having string array, which is coming from the split. Okay, so this is how we call a map method in my RDD. It's very much similar to Java right now. Okay, so now we can CSV fields, and I will take the first 5 lines. Okay, and then for each, I will print. I just call it fields, and I will print it out by joining it. So I will use say a pipe parameter to just join this. So I will use string dot join. Okay, and inside this I will use the pipe separator and pass these fields. Okay. Let me revise what I have done. So first of all, we do with the one normal thing that we print the header by using first method and get the text line. Now here we are mapping each of the line of the RDD and splitting it to the comma. So the whole this would be a huge RDD created with all those lines as a string array. So inside this RDD, each of the line is represented as a separate string array. And now I just take the first 5 lines, and then for each of the 5 lines, I join all the fields, right? So for example, all these fields, 500, Port Ellen, Auburn, and ME, this would be joined by using a pipe instead of a comma, so that we can ensure that our mapping and finally joining it with a delimiter pipe is working fine. So let's run this unit test case. So I click on the run button here. It will take some little bit of time. It's running now. Okay. Now let's go line by line for each of this output. Okay, so I've just created like this. So first thing is that we are printing the number of lines in CSV file, which is coming out to be 213. So we already discussed that it was 213. If I go to end, it was 213 lines. Okay, 213. Now let's go to the CSV header. So CSV header is given here. So as expected, it is the header which is information is given. After that, we printed the first 10 lines, which is again correct. It is showing me all the first 10 lines. And after that, we did a mapping where we actually split all this on the base of comma. So we, in this CSV fields, all the string array, for all the lines would be having each individual string elements which are separated by comma. After that, we took only the first 5 lines, and then we mapped it back. We joined it back using the pipe delimiter. So you can see that the first 5 lines, I mean the DMA code, including from header, and the next 4 lines, they are all separated by pipe instead of comma. Okay, so this was all about the CSV, how to load CSV files and how to manipulate it. So it's very much similar to how we do for the normal text file. Everything is loaded into RDD as a huge array of Java string. Not array, but just a normal string. Okay, so in the next video, we'll see that how to load a file from AWS S3 bucket. So see you all in the next video.